And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here to Tbilisi, Georgia for the 41st edition now of the 2022 FIBA EuroBasket. We're live here in this beautiful arena here as Turkey are going to be taking on Montenegro. I'm your commentator, Josh Bett, live brought to you with Graham Hiscock. Graham, what a game we had ahead of us.
Yeah, hi Josh, hi everybody. Yeah, Turkey, the favourites, big favourites here. They've got a stacked roster. NBA players, EuroLeague players. Is it their time to deliver? And their lead player, Cedi Osman, really needs to take the ball by the horns and lead this team.
Well, some key players, of course, in this Turkey team, but Montenegro, as we mentioned, coming here, many saying, of course, being unprepared, of course, but as you can see, Spain with a big victory over Bulgaria. The later game that will happen today is Belgium and Georgia. And as you mentioned, some key names here for the likes of Turkey, but for Montenegro, Simonovic, what a big moment it is for this young man.
Yeah, Marcus Simonovic playing the NBA now as well. Such a young talent, and he's really taken to the international stage well, putting up big numbers for Montenegro in the qualifiers, for the World Cup qualifiers recently. And of course, they've only played last weekend, and they're still in that qualification process.
Well, tempo is going to be key in this game, of course. Montenegro, many would have looked at this game and thought they were the underdogs coming against a very talented Turkey team. But again, something that they're going to have to prove the world very wrong here. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. A country with a very small population, but a prowess in basketball, a basketball tradition. They're expected to get to the EuroBasket, but then they set expectations high. They want to set the bar as high as possible.
Yeah, they want to get out of this group. They need to make the top four, and they've got some key players that can help them do that. And Alexa Ilic and Mihailovic, Vladimir Mihailovic, the lefty, he's gonna have a really big role to play. And now they've got Kendrick Perry as well, who's a playmaker, who can make things happen, but he's gonna have his hands full trying to guard Shane Larkin as well.
Well, no doubt, of course, Kendrick Perry, it's gonna be an exciting matchup, how well he goes up against Shane Larkin. But some of the key players, but who else can we look out for from this Turkey team?
Well, they've got a lot of talent that they've just got to use. They've got Osman playing in the NBA, and he's been there for a number of years. Volkan Korkmaz as well, set up shooter. Alperen Şengün, we saw him in warm-up yesterday, Josh, looked really sharp. If he can translate onto the floor today, then Turkey have got big chances. They've got to do it as a team. Don't just stand around and watch the NBA guys trying to do their thing. Total team effort, then Turkey got a chance to progress.
Well, there you see Semih Erden, the veteran player, and Karbacha, the man playing for Galatasaray this season in the Basketball Champions League. Well, Korkmaz now coming out, a big name, of course, in Turkish basketball. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we will now stand for the national anthems of these two beautiful countries. the homage. But moments away, we'll get set to introduce our officials for tonight's game. I'm very proud to say we have some of the finest officials here at World Basketball, coming from Italy and Latvia. Or from Italy, we have Saverio Lanzarini. From Latvia, we have Oskars Lutsis and Gatis Shalins. Well, there are our three officials: Saverio Lanzarini, Oskars Lutsis, and Gatis Shalins. They've done an excellent job in all of our competitions, and they'll continue to do so here tonight at the 2022 FIBA EuroBasket. Well, Graham, we're going to take a look at the starting lineups, and I imagine we're going to take a look at Montenegro first. But in your mind, who is going to be the key playmaker here for Montenegro this evening?
I think Vladimir Mihailovic has been doing a really good job in the recent qualifiers. And Kendrick Perry, they're going to run a lot of stuff through him, but he can share the ball. Similar to D. Boss as well for Bulgaria in the last game. He can get his own shot, but he will share the basketball as well. I really like Drobnak as well coming off the bench, and Popovic.
Well, you talked about that matchup, of course, the big one between Kendrick Perry and Shane Larkin. How big is that matchup going to be? Yeah,
well, he's going to need every one of those 18 points, 4.5 rebounds. He's going to have to do something very similar and really defend well as well. He's a good defender, Perry. Lots runs on his shoulders.
Well, there's head coach Boško Radović, as he said in the pre-event presses, that for him, it's not about just getting here, because a lot of people pay homage to the fact that they are a small nation, but it's about making a difference. Well, now we're going to take a look at the starting lineup there for Turkey. Well, Seamus Hazard along with Cedi Osman. That's very interesting. Furkan Korkmaz. How do you think those two NBA players are going to be able to play alongside each other?
Yeah, well, they've got to find a way. They've got Sertek Stanley in the middle as well. But there he is, Cedi Osman. He's not an enigma, Josh. We just want him to flourish on the big stage. He puts up big numbers. He was big scores in EuroBasket 2017. There you go, 16 points, 2 steals, 3.8 assists, 5 rebounds. But in some of the games where he really goes big on his scores, on the points, they don't always win the game. So they've got to get that balance with Cedi getting what he needs and the rest of the team stepping up as well.
Well, there is the two-time champion, Eryan Ataman. As you can imagine, coming into this tournament, big expectations on him. He does it at the club level. The question is, can he do it here at the national level? It's a big ask for Turkey to get into the top 4, but it's not impossible.
No, absolutely not. And they've got the roster on paper. They've just got to put it on the floor, just like Spain have done. There was doubts about them, and they've just blown those out of the water. There's going to be doubts with Turkey. Can they deliver? He was honest yesterday when we asked, is it Turkey time? And he said, well, he knows they've underperformed. They've not got to a semi-final or got to a final of a major tournament. Maybe it's this year. They got Schengen as well. I'm really excited to see how that young player goes as well.
Well, Cedi Osman, of course, what a year he had with the Cleveland Cavaliers. You know, the first season, Cleveland Cavaliers were able to really push for a playoff spot since having LeBron James, of course. Think about the last time the Cleveland Cavaliers team was competitive in the NBA. We're in the days of Sean Kemp, late 90s, of course, and Cedi Osman a part of the process. But right now, forget the NBA, it's about the FIBA EuroBasket.
Yeah, you've got it, and there's nothing like international basketball. It's their 4th appearance, Montenegro. They are a small nation, but they play with a big heart, and they've got some big players. And for Marko Simonovic, it's a big moment. And of course, we haven't even mentioned Bojan Dubovic, their captain. Spoke very well at the press conference, always reliable. He will be a big threat for Montenegro under the glass when they're playing their offense.
Well, these two teams on a merit base had to qualify here through the FIBA EuroBasket qualifiers. Turkey on the way, some bumps in the road, losses to Sweden. Montenegro, again, coming up lucky as they had France, Germany, and Great Britain. And it was very tough for them. But right now, both these two teams have earned the right to be here. This is the FIBA EuroBasket. Do not go anywhere as we're set for tip. Montenegro are going to take on Turkey. Well, Schengen's going to get the first possession now. Seamus Hazard, the former Bandit player, is going to play point guard duties here. Shane Larkin coming off the bench. Perry now defending Korkmaz here early on. Trying to go to a pick and roll here with Semi Erdan. Seamus just almost fumbling the ball now. 5 seconds left. Got to get something going. Goes down the middle, bit of contact. Doesn't get it. Great defense there from Montenegro. Oh, Doncic now looking for Popovic. Now Popovic was one of their key players in the qualifiers. Doncic now looking for options here. About to 10 the shot clock here for Montenegro. Perry now, the penetration kicks out. They go for a quick perimeter shot, they don't get it. Seamus Hazard comes up a loose ball.
Yeah, always hustle and energy with Hazard. Does it again there.
Schengen now looking to get the ball, goes in himself. Dish off to Semi Erdan. Turkey now just trying to get something good here, trying to get to a high percentage shot. Pick and roll now here. Seamus has a 6 on the shot clock, just like the last offense. Steps back, gives out to Schengen. Schengen's got to force it from no man's land. Well, Turkey now struggling to find some form here.
Been out of sync there, Turkey, not getting a great shot.
Well, Perry going in, and Perry missing everything. Turkey now with a chance here to push a transition. Hazard going all the way. Foul's going to be called against Redoncic.
Yeah, Hazard attacking the basket. Going downhill. Redoncic just reaching, didn't take that last slide.
Well, Dino Redoncic getting called for the first foul, of course. Neither team here able to get anything good out of their offense at the moment. Chetty Osman now finding Schengen at the top, going to get a handoff here with Seamus Hazard. One screen now, makes a penetration, finds Schengen in the lane. Wow! Goodness gracious! Give this man some credit.
That was awesome. Exactly what he was doing in practice yesterday, Josh. High flying, getting to the hoop, and he slammed that to perfection.
That is just the kind of play you want to get your team walking up here. It's Perry now looking for options. Popovich coming off one screen now. Kicks this one out to Redoncic. He goes in with a penetration. Redoncic kisses that one off the backboard. Strong move there by Dino.
Yeah, he's played really well of late, and those World Cup qualifiers brought his A game to this game here with a nice running layup.
Well, Chetty Osman now curling off one screen. Osman now kicking out to Schengen. Schengen pump fakes. He wants to post up here. Tries to take him on now in the middle. 2 seconds left. He's got to get something going. Turns around now, holds it, can't get it, gets his own rebound. And Schengen leading the way here for Turkey.
Yeah, really calm. He's maturing before our eyes, and got the offensive rebound and the putback.
Ball goes down the lane now, avoids every block, kisses that one off the backboard. Again, Montenegro just pegging back in Turkey. You feel like these two teams really will just go at each other in the paint here tonight.
Yeah, nice job by Popovich, finishing left-handed as well, off the glass.
Cookmash now. Dish it off there, almost turns it over. As it comes over to run the 10 on the shot clock. James has now trying to size up, goes in, and again he avoids another block there. Well, the guards are just taking them amongst the Giants at the moment.
Yeah, Hazard again at pace, attacks the basket and gets all the way to the hoop.
Well, Petar Popovich now going handoff here. Perry going in the lane. Perry hangs in the air. Well, you gotta love that play. Scooped in and around.
There's a lot going on there behind the back, and then the crossover in front and the double clutch.
Well, the rim protection for both these two teams really been called into question here early on. It's now Chetty Osman. Cookmash now going. Takes the screen now, goes in the lane, tries to kiss off the backboard, doesn't get it. Rebound secured it now. Montenegro here with a chance to take the lead early on. Doncic now, getting up to Radovic. 10 on the shot clock here. It's a handoff now, Popovich. Popovich, probably one of the most dangerous players. 5 seconds left, gotta get something going. Popovich now steps back right in the face of Semi Erdan. Doesn't get it. Now for Schengen with a rebound. The foul is going to be called against Nikolic. Seamus Hazard, again, just trying to get in some groove playing the point guard role, because, you know, many expect Shane Lockett to come out. But look at the throwdown here. Just a two-handed rim rocker.
Yeah, perfect time on the pass.
No regard for Montenegrin help side defense.
No, that is a poster.
Well, Seamus Hazard now taking this one in. In the lane now, bit of contact. We get a smooth move there off the backboard by Cookmash.
Beautiful bounce pass. Cookmash just hanging in the air, takes the contact and finishes.
A little bit of pick and pop action. The three is up from downtown, no good. Chetty Osman with a rebound. Well, Chetty now going baseline, will step back left wide open. Can he get it? How doesn't get it? And that's something Chetty's got to go to in this game.
Yeah, he's got all the arsenal he needs. Just got to knock that shot down.
Well, Perry now. Got the ball in his hands. Well, Popovich finds a bit of time and space and nothing but net. Well, he wanted the @1.
That is tough, going hard to his left and then elevates, knocks it down.
Well, Montenegro now with a 1-point lead here, just under 5 minutes to go here, first quarter. These two teams trying to settle into the 2022 FIBA EuroBasket. Now Schengen finding Chetty Osman. Chetty trying to post up now. Down the middle, scoops around. Well, Chetty just putting the moves in the low block.
Yeah, going to work there. Great footwork, finishing with the left hand off the glass.
Play now, Radovic goes up and he can't get it. And the rebound secured by Chetty Osman. Well, Chetty crosses over now in transit. Chetty going coast to coast. Well, bit of Chetty time.
Yeah, that was real nice. Just going downhill, finishes with a reverse layup. Just keeping it simple, but very effective.
Now the Turkish fans just trying to get into this one. So you can see Popovich refusing to let Montenegro go too far behind.
Really impressed with Popovich. He's taken a lead role on this team right from the start. Nice three-pointer, and now the layup.
Smash now finding Chetty Osman. Turkey here with a 1-point lead. Gamble on defense there by Kendrick Perry. Finds Schengen. Schengen down the middle, kicks out to Chetty. Can he get the three-pointer? Three is up, and again it's no good. Montenegro now very content to slow this one down here and play at that tempo. Popovich now looking for the handoff. Fakes the screen, draws a foul, and the foul is going to be called against Kurkmash there. Now Montenegro making a double change, so Zoran Vucevic along with Vladimir Mikhailovic also coming into the game. And look at Chetty here. This is Chetty in transition with a reverse slam.
Yeah, that's coast to coast, avoids the defense of Kendrick Perry. A nice reverse lap. He was the spotlight player before the game, and he's playing right in the spotlight there.
Well, Mikhailovic now currently in the game here. As Bojan Dubljevic gets called for the offensive foul.
Didn't see much there, just coming towards the ball, getting in the post. We're going to see let's have a look at the replay. And he lifts his arm up. Yeah. And Schengen reacts with his head going backwards.
Again, a costly turnaround there. Shane Larkin also checking into the game here for Turkey. The foul is going to be called. Well, that's on Dubljevic. He's just picked up two fouls very quickly.
That's huge. That's huge for Montenegro. They've got to have Dubljevic out there. Big minutes.
Well, it's going to be a baseline ball now. Shane Larkin will inbound this one here. Intent of the shot clock now. Schengen with the ball in his hands. Finding Larkin. Larkin coming off one screen. Going around all the defenders. Kicks this one out. They get a three up. Three is no good. It's the top of the backboard. Now Montenegro with a chance to push this one. Marko Simonovic now finding Dubljevic. Goes a bit of a deflection. Another three. Dubljevic the offensive rebound. Finding Simonovic. Another turnover. And Turkey now with a chance to push this one. Kurkmash coming up one screen. Steps back, takes a mid-range. Doesn't get it. Well, they get a good look, so just not knocking them down at the moment.
Yeah, nice step back, but they just got to knock them down. Keep taking the shots. They're getting open ones.
There's Mikhailovic in the lane, puts a little teardrop, and he tucks it away. Well, that was right in the face of Schengen.
Yeah, Vladimir Mikhailovic playing with so much confidence, just continuing his good play for the FIBA World Cup qualifiers right into this tournament.
Well, beautiful play now. 1-point lead into Montenegro. You feel like this game, potentially the way it started, could go right down to the wires. Chetty Osman here. Osman now trying to force his way in the low block, turns around, little jump hook. Well, Chetty trying to be a post player.
Yeah, he is just showing us the full array of his talents. That's brilliant. Nice touch on the jump hook.
Kendrick Perry now for the backdoor play with Mikhailovic. Mikhailovic doesn't use the screen, goes in, dishes off in the lane, and it's too easy right now. And Zoran Vucevic, just backdoor cut.
Yeah, nice moving without the ball for Seljic. Receives and finishes it quick before the defense can react.
Well, Korkmaz now, I think they're going to call an offensive foul. I think they're going to call a legal screen there against Shane Larkin.
Yeah, and this is where Turkey have had a good run of play. Now Montenegro are coming back at them. This is where they've got to really be tough and stick together.
Well, Tuce now coming into the game here for Turkey. As Korkmaz takes a bit of a breather. I think Chetty there, maybe a bit perplexed, but didn't quite see the illegal screen that was set there by Shane Larkin. Now Montenegro here, leading by 1 point. Now 1 minute to go here in the first quarter. Drobnjak now also into the game here. Dubovic here, just trying to post up now, turn around. Oh, gets rejected. Wow. There channels money.
Yeah, Dubovic trying to size up Schengen, taking him high, then spins baseline, but Schengen right there.
Was that ball on its way down? Was the ball on its way down there?
It was right on the tip of going down, but the refs thought it was still on the way up or level at the top of its arc.
I was impressed by how well that Osmani was able to elevate now, but Turkey here, just over 30 seconds now, trailing by 1 point to Montenegro. Turns it over, and now Simonovic. What do we have in transition? Makes a bit of contact, and he'll go to the free throw line here with 2 shots. It's good to see the big man, Marko Simonovic, there just running in transition.
Yeah, he's good talent, taking it right to the hoop. Montenegro at the line.
Well, Marko Simonovic, drafted by the Chicago Bulls in the second round, 44th pick in the 2020 NBA draft. Spent last season playing for the Windy City Bulls in the NBA G League, but also of EuroBasket, one of the infamous basketball clubs in Serbia for producing some of the best players in the world, for that matter. Makes a second free throw. Turkey now making another change. So Shertak Shanley now coming into the game for them. Again, a very deep bench that Turkey has.
Yeah, and this is going to really help them. They will go 12 deep.
Well, touch it now here on the ball. Minus Shane Larkin now. Larkin going pick and roll with Osmani. Larkin now kicking this one out. Now Chetty, third time, can he get it? Again, good looks from Chetty Osman, but he can't finish it. Goes behind the back. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, Chetty Osman, look at the move there. I have to see the replay of that one. I mean, that was, look at the BEA Youtiful behind the back, but Osman, well, very unlucky, I think. Well, definitely a foul, and there's a contact.
A great effort from Chetty Osman. He's got to show that to the rest of his teammates that he's going to make the most hustle plays. Rest of his teammates that he's going to make the most hustle plays.
Well, Zoran Vucevic currently at the free throw line. Makes the second one. And now Turkey have 4.4 seconds left here in the first quarter to try and get one last shot. Seamus Hazard now back in the game. Chetty Osman along with Lametolu. Well, Chetty now, he's got to get the ball up the court here. Chetty goes down the lane now, pulls up for a three-point in transition, almost got it. Well, at the end of the first quarter, Montenegro leads this one 18-14 over Turkey. It's a great fixture of the 2023 FIBA EuroBasket. Going to go in, take a look at some of the stats and leave you some highlights here. But Graham, what have you seen so far?
Well, I really like the way Montenegro just hanging with Turkey. Turkey have had some good moments with Chetty Osman, but then Montenegro, they just keep coming and are delivering some real nice play. Popovic leading the way, 7 points for them.
Regular, straight defense. We come, no trap, but we come to a single level for the shooters. For Mihailo, we come to second level. For the other guy, you can go also under.
Well, that was a throwdown by Schengen there. I mean, that's as tough as it gets there, just to be able to go down the middle. Kendrick Perry, I mean, look how he double clutches right in the air. This man is spectacular.
Yeah, great offensive player. And just gives Montenegro that different look. And then that's just a simple crossover. Then the rip across, and then the reverse layup. Cedi Osman showing us 2 or 3 high-level moves on that downhill layup. And then Mihailovic, really like the way he's playing. That's a little drop off from him. He's made his one shot as well. So they got a nice blend of belief. They've got young Simonovic playing well. Dublovic can mentor him.
Well, make sure you download Courtside 1891 to get all the live stream schedules and scores. Remember, this is the FIBA EuroBasket. We also have the FIBA America Cup and the Women's FIBA World Cup coming up next month, which will be hosted in Australia. But at the moment, second quarter to come here. Montenegro with a 4-point lead. Vucevic now, again, putting the moves there in the previous play, but Mahmetoglu also into the game here for Turkey. He's going to play the point guard role. Mihailovic now. Well, Drobnjak trying to come off one screen here, got it heavily. Turkey very aggressive. There's the three-pointer from downtown. Doesn't get it. That's Simonovic with the offensive rebound. Simonovic goes all the way, draws a foul. He'll go straight to the free throw line.
Yeah, really aggressive rebound there by Simonovic, and he just grabs it and goes and attacks the basket. And he's on the line for 2 shots.
As we mentioned, obviously, we mentioned already, excuse me, you know, a very promising player for the future of Montenegro basketball. But parts of his game he probably does need to develop to really become that force, to be the face of this national team in the future.
Yeah, we've already seen him in the open floor. He can handle the ball. He's tough under the balls. He's got good size, and yeah, he can develop into that all-court player, I'm sure.
Well, there is Shane Larkin there. The penetration, a beautiful little dish off there. Well, that's going to be a problem for Montenegro if Shane Larkin keeps cutting the defense down.
Yeah, that was a beautiful attack. And Sertic Shamba with the finish.
Montenegro now still holding on to a 4-point lead. Drobnjak now looking to go handoff here. We'll find the big man under the basket. A sweet little finish there. And again, Turkey's help side defense nowhere to be seen.
No, it just went inside, came outside, and Mihailovic made an immediate pass inside for the simple finish for Simonovic.
Well, Turkey now just trying to build their offense. Tuche finding Mahmetoglu off one screen, and Shanley looking for the ball. Takes a mid-range shot to pick and pop. Yeah, beautiful little 1-2 there between Shanley, of course. Drobnjak here, just trying to get things going, of course. Popovic on the bench. Drobnjak now finding a wide open Dublovic against Simonovic under the basket. Dishes off there. What a rejection. Osmani said, not in my house.
And that's 2 big rejections from Osmani already in this game, and here's the latest. He comes from a long way out. And Vasiljic gets blocked.
Well, now trying to get the ball to Shane Larkin here. A pick and roll sequence, but an offensive foul is going to be set. Well, bit of a close one there.
Yeah, the referees are calling this really tight. They obviously don't want the physicality to get too much. Let's check it out. He's moving. The thing is, he's set the screen, then he's tried to reset the screen. And
you can see the reaction for Coach Ataman. Not very impressed, is he?
No, that's frustration. And Montenegro still 4 points ahead. They're going toe-to-toe with Turkey here. Well,
Mihailovic now looking to throw this one down to Dublovic. Looking for a handoff here with Kendrick Perry. Montenegro now just trying to find those openings. Simanovic now, well, Simanovic doesn't take many three-pointers, but the big man, well, right in the face of Şengün.
That was great patience from Montenegro. Couple of handoffs, penetrate, kick. Simanovic knocks it down in rhythm.
Well, you almost think he was trying to prove a point now with Shane Larkin. 7-point lead to Montenegro. Larkin now, they can go another pick and roll here with Shanley. Finds the big man kicks out. Metalo, he can hit these, takes it, got it! Well, that will settle the nerves now for Turkey.
Yeah, perfect execution. I really like the way Shanley's playing. Kick out and the knockdown shot from Amatoglu.
Well, there's the out. Wow. Simanovic elevated high on that one. I don't think anybody could have caught that lob. And now Turkey here, trailing by 4. Chance to chip into the deficit. Larkin now, finding Shanley. Good ball movement here. Well, Metalo hit his last one. Hits another one. This guy has come out like a house on fire. As Montenegro have to call timeout.
Yeah, so smart from Shanley initially. Inside, he doesn't fancy the shot himself. Kicks it, extra pass. Good shot to get a great shot. Amatoglu knocks it down and forces the timeout from Montenegro.
Kreće tamo od pika, jebi ga. Znaš, ne branimo početak sami, pick and roll ne branimo dobro. I onda dajemo veliku pomoć i jebi ga imamo izgleda rotacije, 2 šuta otvorena. Ajde, sve okej. Ajde, taj preciznije tamo branimo pik, agresivnije branimo. Nismo još u bonusu, jebi ga. Ajde, tamo branimo agresivnije. Slušaj. Ajmo Nemanja, Simke. Ajmo Bojan i ovaj Zoki. Ajmo. Radimo u ovom slučaju.
Ogelecek, tamam mı? Dubljević player kan. Diğer oyuncu low to low yapıyor. Dubljeviç'le trap yapıyorlar. They use trap with Dubljević. Okay. Watch to short roll. Or buradaki oyuncular hemen trap tarafındaki oyuncu yükselin. Ekstra pastan geçelim hemen. Hadi.
Yeah, we're just seeing the 2 threes. The second one was actually by Shane Larkin, and the extra pass was made.
Well, there was a three-pointer in the corner. Again, if he gets things going, this could be a problem here for Montenegro.
Yeah. I think it's a good response from Turkey, and they're doing it as a team. I really like what Shanley's doing. He has, as you said, he's calmed the team down. He's made a couple of shots, and then he's sharing the ball as well.
Well, Turkey now putting the full court pressure on Montenegro, but they got a man down, so Perry, again, just trying to solidify himself and put some tempo here in the half court for Montenegro. Mikailovic now coming off one screen with Nikolic, trying to go down the middle, puts up a little teardrop, doesn't get it. Montenegro now with another offensive rebound. What, deep three? No good, of course, but another offensive board. Well, Turkey come up with a loose ball.
Yeah, Turkey really fortunate to get away with that. They've got to be boxing out and really attack all their defensive rebounds.
Well, Shane Larkin now coming off one screen, but doesn't use it. Steps through now under the basket. Great cuts it. Maybe one too many passes, but I think that's taking deflection off. And yeah, Montenegro defender took a deflection.
Yeah, Tunjash, I thought he may have just caught that and turned round. It's an interesting bounce pass in midair. He could have just done a reverse layup or just turned and took the jump shot, but chose to kick it back out.
Well, sideline ball now here to Turkey. 3.4 seconds left on the shot clock. Plenty of time to get a dribble and a shot up, but he got to think quick here. Well, Şengün now gets it, looking for a handoff. There's a deep three from the desert, and that's going to be a 24-second violation. Good defense from Montenegro.
Yeah, forced Turkey to take a really deep three, which missed everything. Montenegro have just got to weather this Turkey storm and get a good look themselves on this offense.
Well, Perry now top of the key here. We're under 10 of the shot clock. Popovich using one screen. He's made 1-3, tries another one.
Yeah, that's good D by Turkey. That was a tough shot again. The defense hanging off him as Popovich tried to make the three.
Lock it now. Schengen thought about taking the three-pointer. Here's what he wants to post up here. Trying to back down against Nikolic. Turn around now. Beautiful post move. Well, put the work there.
Yeah, he has got all the moves inside. Nice left hand jump hook, but it was the back down and the footwork that led to it.
Radovic now going back out here to Perry. Perry trying to split the defense. Down the middle, fakes the pass, goes in with a scoop little Iceman finger roll. You like that move, don't you?
Yeah, you gotta like Kendrick Perry. He comes at all angles. He can hang in the air, and he's got good soft touch on the finish.
Milwaukee now looking for the post up again. Schengen wants to go to work here. Schengen now spinning baseline, draws a foul there. Nikolic. Oh, is that a mismatch?
Yeah, I think Schengen's got Nikolic's number there.
Well, Montenegro now making another change. They can see Cedi Osman. Maybe Brazil. Well, Schengen left wide open. I think they'll be happy for him to take that shot all night. Tunche comes up with a rebound. Finding Shanley. Well, blocking now, split the defense. Schengen goes up, gets rejected. Well, big time blocking now. Montenegro, Radonjic. Oh, he fakes it, goes in, transition.
That's great play from Dino. Radonjic. Pass fake to the left and finishes with the layup. Good play for Montenegro. Really evenly matched teams.
Milwaukee with a deep three-pointer, and he nails that one. That is from no man's land. Ties the game up at 29 apiece.
Montenegro cannot relax at all when Shane Larkin's involved in any play, and he makes them pay there.
Offense now trying to pick and roll. Now Larkin comes up with it. Mamentolo to his right there. Oh, turn it right over. Bit of a careless pass.
Yeah, it was interesting that Larkin just slowed down. I thought he might have fancied attacking the basket in transition, and they turn it over.
Well, Cedi Osman now getting ready to come back in the game here for Turkey. They find Radovic. Well, Radovic goes in. And I think the entire Turkish defense felt a travel should be cool, but I don't think he left the ground.
Yeah, Radovic, great play, really smart. Got right up onto his tiptoes almost, and then finished with a strong layup.
Larkin now kicking this one to Schengen. Tunche coming off one screen, fakes it, puts up a little teardrop, hits the back iron, but gets his own rebound. Montenegro failed to box out there. Turkey now under 10 the shot clock. Batsman very infuriated his team, lacking that rhythm. Well, Schengen misses last three-pointer, takes another one, still can't get it. But same thing, Shanley just tipping an offensive board.
Yeah, Radonic just out-muscled and outsized in there.
Well, made his last three. Larkin has come out like a house on fire.
Yeah, whether it's a catch and shoot off an extra pass or the pick and roll, it doesn't matter. He is sensational shooting from Larkin.
Well, Popovic goes baseline now. Kicks this one out, goes down the middle. Under the basket, Radovic. Again, Turkey standing strong there defensively near the rim. Larkin now trying to cross over. Well, Mamentolo there, you can see, unable to really break the defense down. Running down the shot clock here. Larkin's gonna go pick and roll with Schengen. Larkin's hit 2 threes. This time, he makes it 3 for 3. It is rated triples. Shane Larkin physically changing the weather forecast here in Tbilisi.
That is unreal. That is the toughest. He's got 2 guys on him as he tries to take that, and the fade off the pick and roll, and he had to fade to his right to make that shot. Unreal, Shane Larkin.
Here and here. We must be up, yeah. Moramo jedan i drugi moramo pa da vraćamo za svojim igračem. Mora visoki da bude visočije. Mali i agresivnije, a veliki visočije. Razlače na puno ovdje, moramo biti agresivniji. Momci, razlače na sve pogodine 3 trojke, hajde damo zicere jebi ga. Došaj. Hajde ovo iskoristi. Let's play 5. 5. Petre, ti napravimo.
Well, Shane Larkin, of course, he's feeling the confidence. At the moment, he is just putting a cookout there. I'm sure Montenegro, the one thing they said in the timeout, don't let him take any more three-pointers.
No, they're going to have to take away his option and live with, on what would have been that situation, what Schengen is going to do, but then he's dominant if he's rolling to the hoop. So they are just finding the right guys in these situations, whether it's pick and pop, pick and roll. Chambly's done a really nice job as well, leading the way with sharing the ball and setting players up as well.
Well, Shane Larkin now 9 points, 3 for 3 from the perimeter, of course. I mean, one thing, if he gets the confidence going all night long, as we said time and time again, this could be a problem now for Montenegro. Turkey with a 4-point lead here, just over 2 minutes to go in the first half. Well, Popovic now finds Dubljevic, but he turns it right over. Turkey now under 2 minutes, building all the momentum now, feeling the confidence. Mamutolo now here on the screen, finding Schengen, low block. Schengen looking to post up here, gets caught a double team. Schengen turns around, hard foul there by Radovic. I think Dubljevic wanted an offensive foul there, but I mean, Schengen still got out of the double team.
Yeah, I mean, he really wanted to take this on. He sent Chambly away so he could have a bit more space to work. And yeah, there was a foul, but Montenegro played good defense initially for sure.
Well, this is going to be key now. Free throws so important in this game. I mean, Schengen, as we mentioned, currently playing for the Houston Rockets in the NBA. Making the first one. Well, so far, what does Montenegro need to do at the moment to kind of regain control of this game? They had all the momentum going in their favor at the beginning.
Yeah, I think they got the lead, a 4-point lead. Turkey came with some strong runs. They've just got to keep playing as tough defense as they can on Shane Larkin, but the issue is trying to stop him. Whatever you do, his offense always seems to be a little bit better. But they've got to just stick together, keep sharing that basketball, make sure they've got good spacing on offense, and that allows Kendrick Perry then to operate.
Well, Montenegro now trailing by 6 points. There's a pick and pop with Dubljevic. Can't get it. Schengen with a rebound, and now Shane Larkin. Larkin now. Lots of confidence, kicks out to Chetty Osman. Chetty goes baseline. Chetty goes in with a bit of a Euro step in and around and finishes it with a sweet little finger roll.
Yeah, when that's Turkey in full effect. Larkin to Osman on the move. And he gets a nice Euro step finish, as you say.
Well, foul has been called again against Shanley. That's only the 13th foul for Turkey, so only one more foul to give here. That's Chetty time right there.
Yeah, that's just pretty. But coming in from the wing, the defense aren't set. He just attacks with that clever Euro step and gets the finish.
Well, Popovic now finding Perry. Turkey's defense becoming very physical at the moment. Dubljevic now, there's a pump fake. Goes to the lane now, tries to go off the backboard, doesn't get it. Schengen now. And now a potential 2 for 1 here for Turkey. Well, he's made 3, can he make 4? Can't get it. Well, if he made that one, the house would have blown up.
Yeah, that's almost a shock that he's not made it. He was wide open again as well in transition.
Dubljevic now looking for a handoff here with Perry. Perry got it by, well, putting the moves on. Perry, step back, behind the back. It's everything but the rim.
Yeah, that's tough. Dubljevic trying to create some space for Perry with the handoff on the screen, but defense was still good enough, and Perry's not able to knock it down.
Well, timeout now. These two teams want to talk it over. Turkey really turning it around in this game. They were down by 7 points. At the moment, they find themselves up by 8 here. 24 seconds. They got to get the last shot here in the first half.
And this is how Turkey got to play. They're going to have some real challenges in this tournament, and they've got to respond positively and stick together.
We use the ball. We will use the ball. Last 8 seconds. Okay, last 8 seconds. We play like this. We play against 2-4. We play. Sertaç is out. Jenny is there, like 4. Shane is there. Okay.
Samo na nas. Ajmo, ajmo. Dino, ti si gore, ti si gore. Ajmo, ajmo. Hej, box out, da promašaj.
Some of the travelling fans for Turkey enjoying what they're seeing at the moment, Josh.
If there is here, if they make sweet,
8-point lead.
Look, when you talk about some of the best fans in the world, I mean, every country has fantastic basketball fans. Over the years, what atmosphere the Turkish basketball fans have put on at home and away, of course.
Yeah, and they're already creating that sixth man type situation for Turkey, and they're going to need it. But they look strong. You've got Osman playing well. Shane Larkin's knocking down shots. Korkmaz is on now, but he hasn't even started to come to the party yet. So they've got plenty of offensive options.
Well, Shane Larkin now, as we mentioned, 3 for 4 from the perimeter. He's going to dribble this one down here. And you got to think one thing is on his mind at the moment. Finding Cedi Osman. Cedi goes down the middle. Cedi puts up a little teardrop, kisses it off the backboard. Well, Cedi just punishes Montenegro. Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the first half, it is Turkey 41, but Cedi goes in, just scoops around. It's the right spot on the backboard.
That is a tough shot. That is fantastic touch. And look at Coach there, he can't believe it. But Osman is playing with loads of confidence, loads of focus, and now Turkey lead by 10 at half-time.
Well, we'll leave you with some stats and some highlights here for the first half. As we mentioned, Turkey having a huge second quarter. I mean, what can we say from these stats, of course, Graham?
Yeah, 50% from two of 2 from 3. Oh, that's free throws, excuse me. 67% from 2. But they're knocking down a big percentage of three-pointers.
You can see the rebounds going in favor of Turkey. Again, down to the size and physicality of players such as Shanley and Cedi Osman.
Yeah, and Schengen as well is really dominating in there when he's in there. Osman leads 10 points, Larkin 9. They're the real big 1-2 punch at the moment, causing Montenegro all sorts of problems.
Well, here are the highlights in the first half, of course. And ladies and gentlemen, while we show you these highlights and run them down, go get a drink, go get something to eat, but don't go anywhere too long, as we will be back for the second half in just under 14 minutes. Well, Perry's been fantastic, hasn't he?
Yeah, Kendrick Perry he can get Montenegro out of a spot if they're struggling to move the ball, but other guys have come forward. Zoran Vucelic, that's a really nice big block there from Osman, but that was a foul call. He's done a nice job when he's come on. Larkin, that was a nice interaction with Shanley, who's played well. 4 points for him and some assists. Just a simple alley-oop. Simonovic needs to, young player, him and Schengen have got to go head-to-head here, and he's really got to step it up to help Montenegro.
Well, there was the perimeter shooting. You felt like that was the start of the comeback there for Turkey.
Sure. Yeah, and it came from Shanley getting the ball, choosing to kick it out both times. First Nimatoglu, and then the extra pass into the corner for Larkin, and that shot got Larkin going as well.
Well, key play there, as we mentioned, from Larkin. I mean, he has been a key difference in this game. Well, Montenegro, what do they have to do to kind of get back in this game?
Well, their top players have got to deliver. They've got to play at the same sort of level as much as they can as Larkin and Osman have, but they're going to have to do it as a team. If they keep stepping up, next man up mentality. It's a small nation, as Bosko Radovic told us in the press conferences yesterday, but trying to stop Shane Larkin, Continental Club champion this season, back-to-back for FS. He's used to success. He has got no issue with the big stage.
Well, Cedi Osman, of course, having a good game so far. We'll be back very soon for the second half.
Who will you become when the moment arrives and you're carrying the expectations of an entire nation, representing your people and their dreams, the colorful faces in the streets, the screaming fans in the stands? It's time to make your move. All eyes on you, all hope, all heart. Because when you win for all.
back to Pau Gasol. Yeah, just decides why not. Senekos Keller is now the EuroBasket all-time leading scorer as he passes Tony Parker.
Final seconds ticking off the clock here. Serbia possession, three-point attempt is good from Bogdanovic.
Bogdanovic just embarrassed Skelly on that last play.
Shot clock count of 5 and they've lost possession. It's turned over and Hurtel will lead the charge and it's Lovern. Oh, again! Massive rejection from Antetokounmpo. Down the offensive. Must be double digits. Here's Market. Oh! Throws it down one-handed.
That's a huge play. Such power in the play. Copenhagen finds a wide over Markkanen.
And Wilson dumps it off, and this time, who was it? Datome that went
Yes,
for the block.
sir. What a block by Luigi Datome. Eric Murphy trying to dunk it this time, to no avail.
With the facial on Tice.
Oh, the follow from Moscow. Goodness me. A monster.
Don't
jam
do it
from
to him,
Moscow.
Timothy.
Now Doncic explodes up the court. He takes it all the way.
Oh!
How about that from Luka Doncic? He is now in the game big time.
Coast to coast, Luka Doncic.
He's always trying to follow. Now Tima. Yannichenek's inside the arc.
Put back by Porzingis. Who would not want that man on their team? Unbelievable.
Porzingis.
Turns the corner, Schroeder in the passing lane, saves it, gets it back. 3-on-1 for Germany. It's Tice. Oh! He just ripped through the ozone layer.
Yeah, welcome back. Just looking at Petar Popovic, 7 points, 3 from 3-point range, 1 of 3, and 1 assist. Simonovic, 8 points. We've just seen his highlights as well.
Well, Popovic, of course, has been very good, of course, in the perimeter, as we mentioned. I mean, the ability to make space and make his own jump shot. But again, I've been saying this, asked the same question. What does Montenegro have to do to get back in this game?
Yeah, they just got to they've got to get after the rebounds, try and stop Shane Larkin the best they can. The thing is, Cedi Osman's playing well. Korkmaz hasn't actually started offensively. He's just 1 of 3, so he hasn't really taken a lot of shots yet. They've got to keep Schengen off the glass as well, and just keep sharing the basketball, make space, and knock down the shot. Simonovic, we've just seen in that montage what he can do. So let's get him the ball, get Perry the ball. Dublevic has got 2 quick fouls, hasn't really been a factor yet. So again, he's another player that needs to get involved. They've had a 4-point lead, they were in control, and now through Shane Larkin, with his 3 of 4 from 3-point range and 3 assists, the tables have turned and Turkey in control here.
Well, as you see there, Shane Larkin, 75% for the perimeter. I mean, this is a guy, it's not just about the catch and shoot or sitting on the perimeter. He makes his own shots, you know, and he's very tough to guard.
Yeah, the 3-pointer off the pick and roll on the right side was outrageous with the fade. Kendrick Perry's there, plus another Turkish Montenegrin defender trying to get out to him, but they just couldn't do it. And because he's got the straight up jump shot, plus he can fade to his right or left, really tough to guard.
Well, Montenegro, of course, they came out probably better of the 2 teams here in the early stages, but again, it was the perimeter shooting. I mean, Matolu just coming out and hitting some big 3-pointers in the corner that almost inspired Turkey to come into this game and to really assert themselves.
Yeah, just 2 of 11 from behind the arc, Montenegro. 5 of 15 for Turkey, but it's the timing that they've done it, because it got Larkin going. Mamatolu knocked down both his 3s. Cedi Osman's 0 of 4 from behind the arc, but Cedi's showing us the full repertoire. Layups, Euro steps, mid-range.
Let's go ahead now and listen here.
Full go inside, okay, Diamond. Second offense, play, wide on the ball, corners 2, okay? Hadi girelim oğlum, let's play defense. Hey. Let's play defense.
Well, tempo will be key here, of course. Can Turkey push on further and close this game out? Will Montenegro push back? I mean, I feel like with players such as Kendrick Perry, he needs to assert himself, get some more confidence in this game, feel the rhythm. Once he does that, I feel the players around him will almost play a little bit better.
Absolutely, and then he can become a decoy. He doesn't have to always have the ball in his hands.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you download the QR code there, the official FIBA EuroBasket app, where you can follow all the best stats, highlights, and interviews that matter most to you. Remember, the official FIBA EuroBasket app, download it on your smartphone, your tablet, or your Android.
Yeah, and going back to Perry, as we look at Cedi Osman, who looks all business today. Perry's only got 4, he's got 4 points, only taken 4 shots from the field, as you say. Without forcing it, Perry needs to really start taking it to Turkey.
Turkey now here with the first possession. Trying to get the ball in the hands of Shane Larkin, but Kendrick Perry, great denial defense off the ball. And with Doncic, well, should have no arguments with that call.
Doncic just forcing Schengen out the way. He's indicating to the refs that he may have flopped, but there was just too much contact there.
Tries to pick and roll now. Schengen trying to dish out to Osman. They turn it over now. Dublevic coming up with it well. Goes there to a backcourt violation, but Dublevic able to keep control of the basketball. Simanovic now looking for Dubljevic here, guarded by Shanley. They throw it down low to the big man. One bounce, turn around. Nice little jump hook there. Nice way to assert himself.
Yeah, good rhythm, inside, outside, back into Dubljevic. And just one bounce, and that elevates for the jump hook.
Well, Turkey now putting the ball in the hands of Cedi Osman. Cedi going pick and roll there, kicking out to Shanley. Well, Shanley can make these three-pointers. And comes up short there. Montenegro now with another chance here to check into the deficit. Well, Perry now looking at Dubljevic. There's a high-low play with Simanovic and Dubljevic. Little jump hook, and Dubljevic just going to work here.
Yeah, complete transformation for Dubljevic. Last time he was on the floor when he first came on, 2 quick fouls. This time, 2 quick shots made.
Boyan Dubljevic making a big difference now. Cedi Osman pick and roll here. Sertac Shanley with the ball in his hands. Under 10 the shot clock here for Turkey. Cedi now, a few seconds left, got to get something going. Cedi with a step back cross up. Can he get his first three-pointer? Still struggles from downtown. While the Simanovic show. Simanovic with a bit of authority, and that two-handed jam forces Adaman to call timeout.
Yeah, and he is not happy, coach. But this is what they got to do, Montenegro. Run when you can run, and when you can fly, just fly. That is really good. I'm really pleased for him. He just streaks out, quick pass ahead, and he's just doing what Simanovic does.
Well, Simanovic, as we mentioned, massive dunk there. Let's go into this now to Coach Ataman.
Herkes kendi pozisyonunda oynuyor. Sen İlkcan, Dubljevic aldığı zaman arada zaman hemen baktın ki oynuyor, hemen trebe geliyorsun. Tamam mı? Oynamaya bak. İşte buralarda top alırsa hemen trebe geliyorsun. Hücuma geldiğiniz zaman normal 3 milli oynuyoruz. 3 milli. 1, 2, 3.
Well, Dubljevic now really enjoying himself here in the low post, of course. He's really being physical, but more importantly, the soft touch around the basket.
Yeah, it's really great technique. He's caught that ball and bounced it on the spot, and he's frozen the defense as well with Schengen. He's just able to drop it over the top. He would have, I'm sure he really wanted to come out, and that's exactly what he wanted to do. He struggled in that first half, and all of a sudden on the back of those 2 shots and Simonovic's dunk, Montenegro right back in this.
Well, Turkey now, Cedi Osman going down the middle. There's a kick out. Try 3-pointer, 3 is up, and it's in and out. Well, 4-point ball game now. Montenegro finding Dubljevic, one more pass to get a look at the corner. Shot is up, and again, it's no good.
Yeah, Doncic has really got to improve his outside play to become a complete elite player.
Well, in the lane now, Cedi Osman trying to kiss off the backboard, but couldn't get that one either.
Yeah, good defense from Montenegro, just made it that little bit more difficult for Cedi to get to the hoop, and he wasn't able to get it to go.
Well, Dubljevic, here's where he wants the ball in the post. He wants to try and post up. The double team comes. Finds Simanovic on the basket. Simanovic gets fouled. And Montenegro patiently just getting themselves back in this game.
Yeah, really impressed. Must have been a good half-time team talk by Coach Radonic. They've come out together. They're really pushing Turkey now, and I like the 1-2 punch now of Dubljevic and Simanovic underneath. Both can finish in a variety of ways.
As we mentioned, of course, Simanovic being selected by the Chicago Bulls, having to go down to the NBA G League for the Windy City Bulls. All a part of his development, of course. I mean, if he keeps up his current work ethic, he's going to find himself a regular in the Windy City.
He needs to knock those free throws down. But the NBA management and scouts will be looking at this tournament very closely, so he's in the shop window for sure.
Well, there's a pick up now with Shanley. Coming up one screen now. Shane Larkin draws a foul. That's much better there for Turkey.
Yeah, I just think when Shane Larkin is making the decisions, he's handling the ball Turkey look a lot better. Montenegro got really stretched there trying to cover all the different options with Shane Larkin handling the ball.
Larkin now getting a hand up here with Chetty Osman. Chetty coming off one screen. Turkey now under 10 of the shot clock. Chetty crossing over, turns it over. Well, you got Perry here in transition. Now Perry, throwdown time! And Montenegro within 2 points here. After trailing by as many as 10.
Yeah, great start to this quarter, and they continue it. Really good defense. Osman turns it over, straight down the other end, and high-flying Perry slams it.
There's a three-point on Larkin. One more time. Wow, somebody call the electricians, because he is shooting the lights out here in Tbilisi.
Yeah, Larkin is not messing around. Another great three-point shot. Amazing elevation and arc.
Well, Perry now pick and pop at Dubljevic. Dubljevic fakes it. He'll try from downtown. And Dubljevic responds right down the other end. At the moment, we got a shootout.
Yeah, Sparian's first three-points are made, but they've all been good looks. And Larkin, fortunate there as he tried to get past and split the double team on the sideline there. Dubljevic kick ball, and that was a nice pass fake to the corner to the left side that just opened up the space for Dubljevic to knock down the three. All things clicking into place at the moment for Montenegro.
Larkin now split the defense by Shanley. Oh, Shanley, no foul called. An offensive rebound. Larkin here, 4 3-pointers. Makes a penetration. Finds Chetty Osman, fumbles the basketball, and they turn it over.
Turkey really being tested here. That was excellent defense by Mihailovic. He stuck so close to Larkin. Larkin fizzed the pass towards Osman, and it ended up a little bit behind him, so they're slightly out of kilter now. Just keep an eye on the body language of Turkey down this stretch.
Well, Perry now with the ball in his hands. 5:33 to go here in the third quarter. Montenegro can tie the game up with a 2, or they can take the lead with a 3-pointer. Doncic now, he's running 10. Simonovic is going to go pick and roll here with Perry. Perry now, deep 3, doesn't get it. He goes out of bounds, and that is going to be Montenegro ball.
Well, the first things first, great hustle by Doncic to keep that alive and then make the referee have to make a decision. I think that will be turned round to Turkey's ball if they're going to look at the screen, and they've just turned it round immediately, and good job by the refs. But good hustle, good intent by Doncic.
Well, Bosko Radovic obviously very disappointed with the change, but again, I got to tell you, it's the right decision in my mind.
Yeah, Coach Atterman's elated with that decision, so 2 sides to every decision. Osman.
Well, Osman now finding Shane Larkin. Larkin looking for options. Got it. Hayes down low, and Hayes turns it over. Well, Simonovic comes up with it. And now Montenegro with another chance in to tie the game up. A fouling transition by Seamus Hazard.
Yeah, great hustle by Montenegro. They're first to the loose balls, and they push with real purpose at the moment. Not enough on that pass from Hazard. He had the chance to shoot the 3 in the corner, and then down the other way, Mihailovic pushing ahead, and Hazard with the foul. Just a little bit of indecision by Turkey at the moment, but they're being pushed and harried and rushed a little bit by the Montenegrin defense.
A big possession now. As the penetration goes in, and he ties the game up at 44 apiece. Mihailovic going to work.
Yeah, I love his play. Enjoy covering his games and the most recent World Cup qualifiers, and a perfect left-hand layup there.
Larkin finding Schengen. Schengen gets a bump, no foul calls. And now Montenegro, the tide is turning. Momentum in their favor. Petar Popovic getting ready to come back in the game here. Mihailovic coming off one screen with Simonovic. Gets out to Perry now. 10 here on the shot clock. Perry coming off one screen. Going a bit of smooth behind the back. Kicks out Dubljevic. Big 3. Doesn't get it. Turkey come up with it. Well, Seamus has it now. Listening to the instructions from Coach Ataman. Turkey, no points scored in the last. Well, another offensive foul. 2.5 gone. 0 field goals here for Turkey. They have really struggled here in the third quarter.
And you're going to get, in the tournament, you're going to get big swings, and great job by Perry. Earlier in the game, Schengen was getting his weight. Now Montenegro are first to the punch, getting in great position, and the fans of both countries loving this spectacle.
Well, tie ball game, and Montenegro yet another chance here to possibly take the lead as Petar Popovic has returned back to action. Well, Perry now looking to use the screen here from Dubljevic. This corner double team there. Well, Dubljevic misses last three-pointer. They leave it wide open, and Montenegro, my word, they have really given their fortunes a better hope here in the third quarter. They lead by 3 points.
Complete turnaround, Josh. Montenegro pick and pop. Dubljevic knocks it down for 3.
Larkin looking for an option here. Look at Korkmaz also back into the game here. Larkin now coming off one screen. There's a kick out. Cedi Osman, can he finally get it? Cedi really struggling from the perimeter.
Another wide open shot for Cedi Osman. He's getting the shots that he wants. He's just got to knock one down, and I think he can make a bunch.
Well, another three-pointer. Well, Dubljevic has hit 2 so far in the game, but again, shots ahead is now Shane Larkin. Larkin goes in with a scoop little finger roll.
Yeah. It wasn't going to be long before Larkin was back at it on the offensive end, and that's a real good attack at the basket. Soft touch to finish.
Well, another chance yet again now. As Montenegro leading by 1 point. Just over 2.5. A deep, deep three. The three is up. Now way off the mark. And now Turkey with a chance to regain the lead. Finding Korkmaz now. As he's fouled by Mihailovic. Montenegro now going to make another change. It's coming back into the game for them. Is Nemanja Radovic. Also Zoran Vucevic now. That was a three-pointer by Dubljevic.
Yeah, it's just when he's in rhythm and has got space to operate it, he will be very highly efficient from behind the arc. But this is just so many changes in momentum in this game. And now Korkmaz is in. I think Korkmaz has really got to start being a factor.
Larkin for his 5th three-pointer. Larkin is simply on fire. Well, he's not missing, is he?
He's taking this team on his shoulders. They are struggling. He's just done that off the dribble, and the elevation and the arc was perfect.
Well, 2-point lead regained now here for Turkey. Now in the 10 seconds out. Perry going down low. Dubljevic turn around. And again, you got to ask the question, why did they not keep feeding Dubljevic the ball in the low block?
Yeah, that's perfect execution. And he's got so deep there, tough to stop.
Well, Shanley now kicking this one out to Cedi Osman. Cedi pulling off another screen. Steps back, takes another tough shot. And finally, Cedi Osman and the relief.
Yeah. And that's the toughest shot he's taken all night, Josh. A lot going on this shot. He's got Radovic stepping out, and he's just gone right hand, left hand, step back, splash.
Well, we're going to get a timeout now. These two teams want to talk it over. Turkey regain the lead. Let's go in and listen.
Imamo još jedan, we got one more foul. Imamo još jedan foul da ponovno. Nema lay-upa. Može ovo, jebi ga, ovo pogodi. Ajmo, idemo dalje. Slušaj. Vas dvojica, on Larkin, show, both of them. Strong show. Ne možemo više, strong show. Vi, dobra pomoć, jaka pomoć, okay? Be careful. Listen, let's play.
Well, here are some of the key highlights, of course. Look at the throwdown by Simanovic. Dubljevic.
Yeah, that really, well, Dubljevic gave him the javelin pass there to get that fast break going. Dubljevic making threes, and also he's just showing he's a complete all-court player. If he gets deep underneath the hoop, no one can stop him. Schengen was in control in that first half. He got 2 early fouls when he first came on in the first half because of Schengen, and now he's getting his way. 12 points, 5 rebounds, and Dubljevic is doing Dubljevic things, Josh.
Well, exactly as you said there, just playing his swagger, his style. But at the moment, is it enough now to lead Montenegro as they trail it by 3 points with 1:33 to go here in the third quarter?
On the flip side, though, Turkey have done well to get back into this and retake the lead. So let's see how things go now.
Well, Kendrick Perry now. That's the penetration by Vucelic. Well, he's got to force up. That's almost from half court. And again, exactly the outcome. You're going to get a very poor shot there from Montenegro.
Yeah, I mean, they just couldn't get the shot they wanted inside. Great D from Cedi Osman. Everybody was covered, and it came all the way back out to Perry where they'd started the offense. And he was short on the three.
We'll go down here to Cedi Osman. 10 on the shot clock here. Cedi trying to back down, kicks out to Shanley. Shanley tries a three, doesn't get it. They're trying to save it out of bounds. Another turnover. As Montenegro, yet again, they will get it back.
It's good hustle by Serbia. But both teams are so evenly matched here. They're both going on runs and then just drag the other team back.
Montenegro now trailing by 3 points. Remember, they got it back to a tie ball game. There's a turnaround jumper. It just doesn't get any easier than that, does it?
Nemanja Radovic, I really like the way he plays within the system, knows his role, backs down his defender, and a nice jump hook. We've just seen so much high quality play inside and outside of the key in this matchup.
When the lane now gets a foul, he will go to the free throw line here. And Montenegro, again, very disappointed themselves that they gave away such a poor foul. So it will be 2 free throws here.
Yeah, just check the little no-look scoop pass or shovel pass by Larkin there. They took away Larkin's shot, but he's so smart. He passes it right on time at the perfect moment.
Shebe makes the first free throw. Well, Kabaji there, you can see the young prospect for Galatasaray had a very big year, but there's 8.8 seconds left here in the third quarter. Well, they come up with it now. They got numbers here in transition. Perry, wow, it's a hard foul to give away. That's not a bad foul to give because it's only the 4th team foul, so with Montenegro, they want an unsportsmanlike foul. I don't think they're going to get it.
Yeah, again, Coach Atterman, he's not happy, but high-speed transition and foul by Saber. And he had to do that because that was a certain 2 points.
Well, Popovic will inbound it now. Trying to get the ball in the hands of Perry. They're getting it down now to Radovic. Radovic trying to post up here. Radovic got to get something going. He's got to shoot it. Turn around and hits the top corner of the backboard. Well, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the third quarter, Turkey lead this one 53-51 over Montenegro. This is the 2022 FIBA EuroBasket live in Tbilisi, Georgia.
It's the game we want, Josh. 2 points in it. Both teams have had sizable leads. They keep pulling the other back. They've both got great playmakers. They've got young players, got experience. We've got the whole package here, and that last play was really good defense by Saber, who's come in, done a solid job, as you say. Another good young Turkish player. So just listening to coach.
Savunmadayız. We are in defense. As well, we start continue like this. Ofense geldiğimiz zaman flash Furkan oynuyoruz. Normal. Dikleri iyi yapalım. Buraya doğru hemen dikkatli end-off'lar. Hemen buraya açalım.
Well, let's take a look at some of the key highlights, of course, but you gotta love how Simanovic, I mean, look at that angle there. You gotta love that angle.
Yeah, it's a perfect pass. And then to finish above the rim. Been some real highlight plays, the Schengen dunk in the first half, but Montenegro have been able to keep him quieter in the second half. And then Perry, well, he can fly too. It's a simple straight line pass straight down the middle of the court. Perry elevates and finishes. Quickly adapting to the international game, Perry, and obviously a star in European competition in the BCL especially. And then Larkin Sometimes you just got to put your hands up and say his offense is too good to defend. But Dublevic has been too good at times as well. So we're all set. Courtside 1891. Scan the QR code, get all your live streams, your live games. Some fantastic content, everything you need to know for all FIBA competitions.
Well, Perry now is going to move off the point guard as Popovic is going to bring the ball up here. And Montenegro now with a chance to either tie the game up or take the lead with a three-pointer. Perry coming off one screen, finding Radovic. Radovic kicking out to Simanovic. He's made 1-3, takes a step back, puts it up as Simanovic, the big man.
That is big time, Josh. He's caught the ball, stepped back off the dribble and knocked it down and held his follow through in perfect form.
There's the tough defense there from Montenegro. Now Shanley tries a third three-pointer, still can't get it. 1 point lead to Montenegro.
Yeah, good defense again, but Shanley wide open, just couldn't knock it down.
1 point lead here, as we mentioned, for Montenegro. A chance to build on their lead. Kelevic coming off one screen. It's on the shot clock now. Look for the crossover. There's the penetration. Finds the big man, pump fakes, goes up with it. A beautiful play.
And that's what Retakes brings to the team. He's just solid inside, good defense and great finish there on the little jump stop and up fake. Yeah, Radovic with the foul. Good hard attack by Hazard. And good sportsmanship there as well. Radovic making sure he's okay, but look at that. Left hand dribble towards the bucket, step back, hand in your face. It doesn't get much better than that, guys. And you've got to watch the footwork to appreciate how good that shot was.
Well, the free throw has been made, of course. Seamus Hazard can't really need to step up to the free throw line here. Makes the second one. Well, Kelevic now coming off another screen with Simanovic, making a penetration, hangs in the air, turns it over. And now Turkey with a chance to regain the lead. Korkmaz almost fumbles in transition. Korkmaz now finding Schengen. Schengen turned around, put a little post work himself, but he can't finish it.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Schengen. He got himself squared up, got to the bucket, just couldn't get it to go with the left hand. The game's not quite coming as easily and as instinctively for Schengen in this second half.
Well, Korkmaz now. Larkin down the middle, Larkin finding Osmani. Osmani wasn't expecting the pass. It's another turnover.
Yeah, I think they're expecting Larkin to shoot that.
Kelevic with the pump fake, goes in the lane, turns it right over. Try to dish to Simanovic. And now Larkin now finding Korkmaz. Korkmaz going in with a little fangirl, kisses that one off the backboard. And Turkey take a 1 point lead.
Yeah, danger times for Montenegro. If Korkmaz is starting to deliver as well.
Well, in the lane now, Perry regains the lead. It's back and forth at the moment.
Yeah, great back cut, 1-2 punch, perfect execution on the read and react. Watch this, guys. That's how you move it out the ball. Hazard turns away from Perry just for a second. That's all the time he needed. Schengen couldn't react quick enough. Perfect backdoor execution, Josh.
Well, now you can see here, Larkin use a screen up by Schengen. Finishing off the Korkmaz now. Korkmaz down the middle, fakes it, goes in the follow-up. Well, Schengen doing a good job there, regaining the lead there for Turkey.
And with Korkmaz on the floor, a lot of attention is going to be on him. So the double team comes, leaves Schengen, and he puts it back. That's a good moment for Schengen. He needed that.
find Simanovic now. Simanovic cross court, and again he throws it into the VIP section.
And that's just pressure. Again, both teams have put the other team under extreme pressure with their tough defense, extending out, and it forces teams into mistakes. But this team that Turkey got on the floor with all their stars and Hazard, who can hustle and who can score himself, let's see if Turkey can execute.
In the lane now. Looking for options here.
Not a great look from Korkmaz there, a little bit rushed. And Dubljevic with a strong rebound.
Coming off two screens here. You get finding Dubljevic. Not sure what to do with it. Finding Popovic now. 5 on the shot clock. Oh, Dubljevic has got to do something. He's got to shoot. Wow. Very poor foul to give away there by Cedi Osman.
Yeah, but Montenegro got bailed out there. Dubljevic just couldn't get set to make the shot. And Cedi Osman just came out too strong on the closeout. Really unfortunate for Turkey because they played good defense for 23 seconds there.
Well, Popovic now will inbound this one. Mikhailovic goes to the bench, takes a bit of a breather. Well, Perry just got the wind knocked out of him. And he's down. The officials.
That looked as though it was from Radomcic as well, just when they're trying to make the handoff.
I think you're right, yeah. I think he actually went into his own teammate, and I think you can see by how he reacted, holding on to his upper abdomen. Let's have a look at the replay here.
Yeah, well, we'd have to have a look at another angle if we can. He's obviously trying to rub off that handoff as quick, as tight as he can to Dino, but there is the issue, if the elbow's slightly out, you're going to get one right in the face, and that's what's happened, or in the windpipe. But he's staying in the game, and that's huge for Montenegro, especially with the lineup Turkey have, which is a very dangerous offensive lineup and good defense. Well, we're going to see what the defense is like.
Well, 6:03 to go now here, as we mentioned. Kendrick Perry will try downtown off being winded, in and out, doesn't get it. Turkey with a 1-point lead. Korkmaz now, crossing Cedi Osman. Cedi Osman pump fakes. Will put the moves there, goes out of bounds. And that will be possession back to Turkey on the sideline.
Sensational defense by Simanovic, and then the reaction by Dubljevic. And Cedi Osman's just not having it his own way. Earlier in the game, there was gaps, there was seams, he's able to attack. Montenegro closing those gaps up much better now.
We'll go in the lane now. Osman tries to force his way and finishes it under the basket. Well, he wants a foul call.
Yeah, that's a great two-man play between the two Turkey stars. And Cedi Osman, the beneficiary with the score.
Well, Kendrick Perry now calling for the screen on the ball. He's going to get it from Dubljevic. Perry cross-court in the corner. Dino Radomcic had the shot, didn't take it. Takes the drive, and he kisses that one off the backboard.
Yeah, he has been struggling from behind the arc and attacked the basket. Great soft touch from Dino Radomcic.
Lockett drawing the foul one. Had a Popovic. Doncic just not letting that one go in the basket regardless whether it counts or not.
Again though, Josh, Shane Larkin drawing the foul. Sometimes the only way to stop him is to foul him.
Well, you get to Seamus Hazard now. Takes a shot in the corner. The shot is up, no good. Simanovic with a rebound. And now Simanovic, he wants to play point guard, so he brings the ball up here for Montenegro. Perry now trying to put the ball in the hands of Popovic, getting a handoff. They take the lead here. That's a pick it up with Dubljevic. Dubljevic has made 2 threes, takes another one. This guy is stepping up big time as Montenegro take a 2-point lead.
Yeah, that's just perfect execution, the spacing, the pass from Perry, and Dubljevic was ready to shoot.
Well, Turkey now need a response here. Larkin finding Cedi Osman. The foul is going to be called. That's going to be the third team foul now here for Montenegro.
But Dubljevic knew he was in trouble because they'd made the quick pass, but he wasn't in trouble on this play. He just caught it, and total focus. We just knew as he let that go, that was being knocked down. Perfect position of the elbow, the elevation, the focus. Bosko Radovic loves that, and he's got to be loving the way his team's playing.
Well, Larkin pick it up, turns it over. Dubljevic comes up with a steal now, just under 4.5. Montenegro with a 2-point lead. Remember, started off with a lead. Turkey pegged back, went up by 10. And now it's been a bit of a roller coaster. Popovic now, hesitation. Finding Dubljevic. They're trying to get the ball. They got a mismatch here. Samanovic, well, Dubljevic, he's hit 3. Make that 4! This guy is playing for a 3-point shootout.
Same spot, time after time, but it's spacing. It's being ready to shoot. And the defense can't get out to Dubljevic again. He's got great size, don't forget, Josh. He's a big man that's stepping out, and that's tough to guard.
Well, the man who spent the last decade playing in Valencia, at the moment leading for his country, is Bosko Radovic. Let's go and listen now to head coach Ataman in Turkey.
Selam oynuyoruz. Free side. Furkan oynuyoruz. Selam. Dikkatli burada. Alperen iyi pik yapıp rol ediyorsun. Buraya Cedi hemen Furkan bitti. Cedi hemen yukarıya geliyor. 4'e geliyor. Şut var burada. Yoksa buradan şeyine çevirip gidip hemen tekrar pik yapıp tekrar pump ediyorsun. Tamam mı? Sen hep pick and roll yapıyorsun. Pick and pump oynuyoruz. Hadi. Devam.
Well, when you talk about the ability to stretch the floor and coach the defense, all sorts of problems. I mean, Cedi Osman, clearly a mismatch, but kicking it right out as the double team comes. Dubljevic, this guy has come ready to play.
And the issue on that one, Schengen had sort of double teamed the post, but then he's not able to get anywhere near Dubljevic on the pass. And unlike the way Dubljevic just moved across to the right to get out of the eye line of Schengen, to give him that extra moment to get the shot off. 18 points for Dubljevic. And remember, he struggled in that first half, so big turnaround for him.
Well, Turkey now need a response here. Under 4 minutes to go. Larkin now running circles around the defense. Cedi Osman, big 3, doesn't get it. And there you can see now Montenegro saying, slow it down now. Momentum and time in our favor. Good thing for Turkey, only 1 team foul so far, so they can take a few chances if needed.
Yeah, and I think they should do exactly that.
Oh, Popovic, big 3, doesn't get it. Now Turkey with another chance to chip the deficit, just over 3 minutes. Larkin now draws a foul. Oh, it's a shooting foul.
Well, it was very early in the steps. We may have to have another look at that one. As we see Mihailovic on the bench, and that's again the Shane Larkin factor. Defense will panic, they will rush out to him to try and take away his shot. And that's Larkin's first free throw as well. So he's doing everything in the 2-point and 3-point range.
Well, there's a key here for Turkey. If Larkin can step up now, makes the second one. Turkey now just at the moment need a very big defensive stop here. 3:17 to go. Montenegro, at the moment, a lot of options stepping up. Then Dubljevic, as we mentioned, hitting some big time shots. Perry now here on the ball is going to go another pick and roll with Dubljevic. The foul is going to be called against Schengen. Oh no, I think it's going to be called against Dubljevic actually. So an offensive foul.
I'd have to see that again. There's going to be a lot of contact between those two guys. Again, he's trying to get the angle. Schengen's gone over the top on to stop the pass coming in, and that again, that's tough. But all 3 fouls on Dubljevic have been drawn by Schengen.
Shane Larkin now giving it to Cedi Osman. Cedi now kicks out the cork mash. Mamitolu's hit 2, makes the 3rd one. This game is really starting to light up.
Yeah, A great extra pass by Korkmaz, because the defense were going to get to him first. He had a good shot. Mehmetoglu had the great shot, and look at the rotation, the focus, the concentration. Josh, is it Turkey time yet?
Well, I can tell you one thing. Superheroes for both Montenegro and for Turkey are just stepping up at the moment. Let's go ahead and listen now here to Montenegro's timeout.
Hey, let's play. We need a score. Let's play diamond. Okay, feel the ball. Vlado to Bojan. And move, okay? Okay. Hey, Silke.
Well, here are some of the key plays from Shane Lockett in the first half. I mean, this guy really has stepped up big time in this game. Time and time again, whether you love him or you hate him, you can't deny the fact he's just simply one of the best basketball players here in international hoops.
Yeah, he really is, and he's got such a high jump on his jump shot to be able to control the shots, whether it's a straight up jump shot or the one we just saw when he's fading away. He's got players hanging on him, great concentration and belief in his own talent, but he's a great facilitator as well, Josh. 18 points, 5 of 6 from the three-point range, but he's setting plays up for other players as well.
Well, Montenegro, 2:45 to go here, lead by 1 point. Again, for them, it's about holding on to this lead, getting a good bucket. Well, careless foul to give away there. Well, Meli Mamutolo there, you can see a little bit aggressively off-ball defense, if you like. They're still holding on now. Get to Kendrick Perry. Perry now with the aggressive drive, goes all the way, gets rejected. Wow, Şengün.
Now that is awesome help defense. Look at the way he comes over, hands, body, everything straight up, and he's saying no, Kendrick, not yet.
Well, Perry inbound the ball now, 7 seconds on the shot clock. Mihailovic in the pump fake, pulls up in the mid-range, takes it, gets the shooter's roll, and restores order.
Fantastic shot. Really like the patience. Turned down the three-pointer, one bounce, took the two, got the friendly roll off the front of the hoop.
We'll lock it now. Another three-point, he's hit three. Does he get it? No, he doesn't. Just over 2 minutes to go now. Montenegro, three-point lead. Turkey, have they thrown this one away? Can they pull together? Well, Turkish fans now really getting on the case here, the Montenegro players. Perry coming off one screen now, hesitation, kicks out, Dubic pump fakes down the middle, Radoncic in the corner, that's a 24-second violation.
Yeah, Radoncic has got to take that shot. This is where he's got to, in these crucial high pressure situations, he's got to catch that, know what's on the shot clock and knock it down. And that's the next step for Dino, for sure.
Well, wasted opportunity there by Dubic, probably should have taken the shot, of course, but again, question now for Turkey, do they have the composure to get something? 2 points and cut it down to one. A three-pointer will tie the game up. Locking now, quickly going to the basket, throws a lob up, the lob's up. Oh, he missed it, doesn't get the tip in. And Savanovic comes up with a rebound. Well, Turkey have 2 fouls to give here, a minute and a half to go.
Just couldn't quite elevate there. Şengün and Savanovic with a big rebound, taking it off the rim.
Well, here comes the pick and roll now. Dubic, Perry down the middle. Well, Perry, I think what's happened there, Ataman's wearing a red shirt, and maybe Perry got confused there.
Yeah, or he thought Radoncic was going to be in the corner, and Radoncic has cut to the hoop. Either way, that ball has gone flying out of bounds, and neither of these teams can put the other away, Josh. It's absolutely on a knife edge.
Well, 1:15 to go here. Turkey down by 3 points. A problem for Montenegro. They put Turkey in the penalty. Any fouls will send them to the free throw line. Montenegro needs some discipline here in the defense. Lock it now. Coming off another screen here with Şengün. Finds Şengün under the basket. Şengün goes up with it, cuts it down to a 1 point ball game.
Yeah, again, the defense was a bit soft on that pick and roll. They doubled up on Larkin. Easy find for Şengün underneath.
Well, Perry now finding Mihailovic. coming off one screen. Wow, Schengen. Silly foul to give away there because they had 2 good fouls to give. Now only 1 before putting Montenegro in the penalty. But this is good for Montenegro because the closer they get to free throws, the more it goes in their favor. Well, look at Kendrick Perry now, runs at 10 on the shot clock. Well, Perry splits the defense, goes up, little teardrop, doesn't get it. Korkmaz for the rebound. And now, could this be the play here? Korkmaz trying to step in, puts it up, gives Turkey a 1-point lead. Wow, Korkmaz coming up big time there. Takes a bit of a bump, bit of physicality. But this guy, I mean, look at this play. And he says to all the Turkish fans, İyi geceler, good night.
And that's just a problem for Montenegro. Who are you going to guard? They've got all their big offensive weapons on the floor. This time Korkmaz made the shot, and that was tough. That's as tough as it gets going to the hoop.
Look side, they got 1 foul, the ball. Quick. Let's play first single pick with Bojan, they're going to make the foul. And after that, play on the side, play 1, okay? Hey, let's back here.
Well, there was the floater there by Kendrick Perry. Didn't get enough on it.
Yeah.
That's a key difference. Again, Graham, I got to tell you, Korkmaz, I mean, we saw him in the Basketball Champions League in the 16-17 season. But will that be the shot that says to every Turkish fan, Harika, unbelievable excellence by Mr. Korkmaz.
Yeah, and that's the talent that this Turkish team possess, but they just got to deliver under pressure, and this is a great test for them.
Well, the one good thing now for Turkey, they've got 1 foul to give here, so maybe they use it the right way, but they don't want to make a mistake and commit an unsportsmanlike foul. Well, Perry now. Perry going early, kicks out to Simonovic. Finding Perry now, big time here. And there's the foul to give away. Well, Schengen, again, maybe it's not the worst there because they're not going to the free throw line. It will be a baseline ball here to Montenegro. 8.4 seconds left.
Yeah, again, it's him and Dublevic getting tied up underneath the hoop, and the fans on the edge of the seat. It's tough for them to watch. But Montenegro have worked so hard and pushed Turkey to the absolute limit here.
Well, Popovic is coming in. What Bosko Radovic is obviously doing is putting every shooter on the floor right now.
Yeah. Doncic has done a great job defensively on the whole and some good rebounds.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is what it's all about. 8.4 seconds left. Montenegro are going to try and get the ball inbound. Well, they go to the corner. They go for the quick shot. It's up. No good. Simonovic goes. Offensive foul. Well. And there you can see the reaction from Bosko Radovic. He is not impressed, is he? And the Turkish fans celebrate, but again, no free throws. Why is that?
Well, that's a tough call. I'd need to see that again. That just looked as though Simonovic got his rebound. He'd be frustrated he didn't make that shot. I don't think.
Well, Korkmaz is going to get the ball inbound. Montenegro have to foul. They go for Cedi Osman. Well, Cedi avoids it. Turkey are going to run away with this one. At the end of this one, wow, did it count? Yes, it did. Well, I think they need to review this. But, ladies and gentlemen,
Radoncic has just lost his cool, unfortunately, as well. Really unfortunate end to the game. Been an amazing game. Back and forth, Josh. But we'd have to have another look at that Simonovic moment. But at the end of the day, he didn't make the shot, and then Montenegro weren't able to foul quick enough at the end of the game.
Well, the question I asked, of course, why there weren't free throws on that foul by Simonovic. Obviously, it was an offensive foul. So for those watching, wondering why Montenegro put Turkey in the penalty, well, there you can see Montenegro coach is infuriated at the moment.
In the air, let's see. Okay, time expired, so it's time. You can, and then you close the game.
Well, the three-pointer will count. So Turkey will win this game by 4 points. Oh, no, they haven't counted, have they? Oh, they have, yeah. So 72-78, Turkey win the opening game. Oh, Levy with some stats and some highlights here. Graham, lead the way, of course.
Yeah, of course. That's tough. That's a tough pill to swallow for Montenegro. Final score, 72 to Turkey, 68 Montenegro. What a game. They put Turkey through the ringer. They asked all the questions, and in the end, they just had one too many answers. And Turkey with a huge win. I think that's a great test of their character, and they've come through it, and they've won the game. And understandably, Montenegro is so frustrated. Here's the stats. 46% from the field, 75% from free throw, 56% from two-point range. What a thriller. 64% for two-point range from Montenegro. And so many players stepped up, 30 rebounds each, 22 assists for Montenegro, 14 Turkey, 7 steals for Montenegro, 6 to Turkey, and mutual respect between Larkin and Perry. Larkin 18, Dublevic 18, huge second half. Simonovic 13, Radovic 8, Schengen 12, Osman 15, but Korkmaz was huge down the stretch. And there's some highlights, and they just went back and forth. Simonovic with a big throwdown. And then what do? That is the Shane Larkin effect. Dublevic comes out, then realises he's tried to hedge, turns away from Larkin, and Larkin's got so much depth on his three-pointer, he was able to drain it. But Dublevic was just sensational himself in the second half, as was this young player, Simonovic. Marko Simonovic with a big-time three. And then Korkmaz, really difficult with Radovic coming over. That's a difficult play, and he just tipped Turkey over the edge offensively towards the end of the game. And Perry with a great backdoor cut, perfect fundamentals. Radoncic again turned down the three, something he knows he's got to work on, and he went to the basket with soft touch. And the game was still on at that point. Dublevic continued to drain the threes. Just fantastic to watch him in the pick and pop. The spacing, the captain marvel right there. Dublevic 18 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. It's just perfect form. And at 6'8", 6'9", he stands and he's just as effective 2 feet from the hoop as he is 25 feet and out. And look at this, up and over, and the fade. Doncic all over Korkmaz. That was just another big time play from Furkan Korkmaz, the Turkish. Well, he's going to be a Turkish hero. Not massive numbers stats wise, but it's when he's had his big moments and the big time plays at the end of the game. What a fabulous spectacle that was. So Turkey 72, Montenegro 68, the 2 higher ranked FIBA teams and favourites in the first 2 teams have prevailed. Turkey just. Well, that will give them a lot of confidence. Belgium, Georgia, the hosts, up next. That will be a fantastic game too. So, in the end, Turkey prevail against a multi-talented Montenegrin team. But Dublevic, Simonovic, they just couldn't get it done against the Turkey All-Stars. Is this Turkey time? We'll be back very soon for Georgia versus Belgium.